What if I told you I wanted 6 more Transcendence a year? At least 2 more Transcendence a year. You'd probably just immediately be like, Barry, you're stupid. Why? There's already 6 a year. We get 6 new regular heroes that are useless and then 6 new Transcendence heroes a year. I can't keep up. Well, let's talk about that because I'm not talking about new heroes. I'm talking about old heroes. Try to reinvigorate the love for all the old heroes in the game that are just completely unused. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. So in my opinion, one of the best things about the first generation of Transcendence heroes was the fact that, well, they were just really old school heroes we loved. Everybody loved trying to make Shia work. Asmodel was one of the most dominant PvP heroes for the longest time with Ada's in the E5 meta. Regular Jara, fan favorite for me from the Petrify meme team that we did way back in the day. Vesa was a fan favorite healer from early days. And then like Aspen was the last one, right? Aspen to this day is actually still a really solid hero for things like Sealand. It's amazing how such an old hero can be so useful in a game mode up to like literally Sealand 25, maybe even 30, honestly. He's absolutely bonkers crazy. His kit is amazing. And it made me kind of think, man, we're getting all these new heroes. You don't even need all of them because there's quite a few of them that you can just simply pass up on your account and they're not like you're missing out a ton. You can kind of pick who and what you want. And then on top of that, soul symbols are in high demand because you can swap your team around at any time so long as you have the soul symbols to do that. And it got me thinking, man, honestly, how cool would it be? Because like even like me, I don't have every Transcendence hero. I've even regressed some Transcendence heroes just because I have no use for them as an overall powerful unit. I'd rather just use these tenant heroes in duplicates and triplicates to make things better. That weird? I mean, maybe, kinda. But that's what we're doing. And that's how we power up our account. And it made me think, who are the heroes we'd love to see? They don't have to be the super old heroes. They could be newer heroes. They could be geared only for PvP. They could be some of the best PvE heroes in the future. Who would you love to see? And it would be cool as if they made at least 2 of them a year. Maybe say Chinese New Year or Christmas and anniversary. Even if it does mean doubling up on a Transcendence hero that month. What does it hurt to just add additional older heroes to the mix? Because that not only drives the demand up for potentially more Transcendence heroes and variety of teams, but that also means there's more copies that are going to be worth more money on the auction house to chase. Heroes of old that we don't have copies for, and honestly it could be a good way to make DH games, you know, incentivize the need for even more 5-star chests to build these old heroes that you might not have any copies of because you've been using them for food for so long. Heck, what if Scary became a Transcendence hero and he became like one that you want to put a Scary Transcendence and then maybe even additional older Scariest combination with some crazy lightning and weaken marks and stuff. I heard like, let's be honest here. I think everybody can agree. What if Warrior 2? So I'm just saying, warriors are pretty dang strong right now. What if somehow Bade got some sort of attack that could like quadruple high roll? Still not crit, but do this crazy high roll. It would be really interesting to build a hero that you don't want crit chance and crit damage on. Instead, you want to focus on things like skill damage, precision, armor break, holy damage, things like that would be really, really cool. And maybe, just maybe, the Transcendence version could be on a horse. Old school players get why I say that. But there's so many potential heroes that could be amazing. I mean, Kameth. I think Kameth could be an absolutely bonkers. I mean, he's still one of the coolest heroes looking in the game, hands down. I mean, hands up, right? Hands up if you agree. Hands down, he is the best though. He just looks so cool. And there's so many of these other heroes that could be great. I mean, Kameth could be a pairing with Jara. I mean, he was the other Petrify hero that was very strong. Very, very strong. We have older light and dark heroes that were pretty amazing, like Faithblade, like Omnivore, like Daddy Mo. He was awesome just feeding energy to himself. You chuck 3 of these on a team, they can basically energy feed to themselves in PvE content. Could you imagine a Mim? I mean, there's so many options. You could do newer ones like Penny. Penny's a fan favorite hero. She's one of the most frustrating heroes for me to use in Sealand, but absolutely amazing. Or you could go really old school and do some sort of freeze hero like an Ice Blink, aka MKX Jump. You could do some really interesting things like making my favorite hero like of all time, Berea. Oh, again, a warrior, guys. I'm all about the warriors in this game right now. Could you imagine having a souped up suppressed strike that just hits everybody? Gets armor break, extra damage, all these things. And then in the meantime, he's still gaining stats as the rounds go on. So he would be a perfect potential PvE boss killer where he just keeps ramping up more and more stats. You realize how crazy this would be on a hero nowadays, right? Increases self 10% armor break, 15% crit, and 25% crit damage every single round. If you can get a team to live a long time, Berea could absolutely crush it. The only downside was his basic attack basically was just like, it didn't do additional damage. It was literally just a single target bop. And everything was loaded into his active, which sadly only hit front line. If it hit back line, I think even like he could have survived from being like irrelevant so much longer. You got some crazy heroes that can be amazing, like King Barton with his counterattacks. Like, we don't have many counterattacks like this in the game, and that could be absolutely amazing. Forest heroes. I mean, Valkyrie was a fan favorite. She was the most powerful non-light and dark hero from the game for the longest time. Honestly, one of the most powerful behind like Ada, and that was the days where she was just wrecking PvP. That would be something really cool. Or heck, you go even older and you go for the Demon Slayer or Demon Hunter with the silence from the old 10-star PvP meta. There's just so many options and fun, cool things that you could think about. And on top of that, they wouldn't have to actually create like a new hero and then a new Transcendence hero. They could just recycle old ones and give them Transcendence hero versions. I mean, heck, look at all this gold armor and everything. I can already picture him as a Transcendence hero. He's got this giant sheath in the back for his giant sword and everything, and it just looks so cool. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because me personally, I think it would be amazing to see some old school heroes. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't see the model DH Games has ever changing in. I don't think under this model we'll ever not get a new hero turned into a new Transcendence hero every 2 months. I just don't think that's not gonna, I mean, it's financially, I guess, is working for them. Their income has stayed steady for like the past year or two. So it's a working formula for revenue, I guess, and it's not that detrimental to the average player either, because you still only want to pinpoint certain specific heroes. But if there's more heroes at the disposal and you don't have to go for new heroes nowadays, you can just use soul symbols and just swap an old Transcendence hero to a new Transcendence hero. As long as you have that hero's copies, it's just so much easier to do things and swap things nowadays than it was in the past. And it just makes me think, what if they did it like 2 to 4 times a year, or 6 times? I don't care. You can make it on the month that a new hero comes out, like when Natalie came out. Make a Transcendence hero come out too. I don't know. It's just me spitballing. I feel like there's so much wasted potential on nostalgic, amazing heroes. Corpse Demon, like the ultimate tank freezer. We could use that in the new game modes too. There's so much potential that I just want to see more heroes come to the compass. Not the compass, the evolution cube, because man, those could be really, really awesome. And it also makes 5-star chests more valuable to people, makes a lot of things more valuable. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm honestly submitting it as a recommendation. You guys might hate it, you might love it. I just really wish we could see more old school heroes like the original 6. See you guys next time.